Tonight,
the Zika virus has been found in Texas.
And News 30 has an up-close look at the State of the State address.
This is News 30. Welcome to this week's edition of News 30. I'm Alyssa Sparazza.
And I'm Emma Patton.
The votes are in from the Iowa caucus. Senator Ted Cruz came in first for the Republican Party, with Donald Trump, who had been formally leading in the polls, in second. The winner of the Democratic vote was announced early Tuesday morning. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders were nearly tied for the vote. Ultimately, Clinton was declared the winner by a narrow margin of about 0.2% of the votes. The close count has caused supporters of Bernie Sanders to question the accuracy of the votes. Sanders still has yet to concede victory to Clinton, and his aides have requested a recount. The chairwoman of the Iowa Democratic Party refused, saying that was the results.
The Dallas County Health and Human Services Department reported Tuesday that a patient became infected with the Zika virus. She acquired the virus after having sex with her partner, who had recently returned from Venezuela. The Zika virus causes birth defects, fever, rash, joint pain, and red eyes. The virus is typically transmitted through mosquitoes. It's said that this form of sexual transmission is likely to be a rare occurrence of infection. The World Health Organization estimates there could be up to 4 million cases of Zika in the Americas next year. However, no recommendations were made to restrict travel or trade.
Gas prices are now under $2 in all but 11 states. Oil prices in Oklahoma reached its lowest since January 2009. The average price of gas in Oklahoma is $1.43. These lower gas prices are making drivers and retailers happy. The price of gas is not expected to rise anytime soon.
The future seems to get brighter with Google and its technology. From being a search engine to Google Earth and now Google Cars, Google rolled out its own self-driving car yesterday in Kirkland, Washington. Google says just about anything you can do on Google can be done in its car.
This past Monday, I went to the State of the State address where Governor Mary Fallin proposed her new budget for 2016. Governor Fallin addressed a variety of topics covering Oklahoma's economy, changes in the budget structure, state prison reform, and how education is the biggest priority. Governor Mary Fallin addressed the joint session today with the House and Senate present to hear her new budget. The budget covers anything from health care to education to prison reform. Teacher pay raise was also a huge topic today, receiving a standing applause when brought up. The Capitol restoration has begun, and Governor Mary Fallin hopes to celebrate its 100th birthday in 2017 with a finished product. Governor Fallin discussed her support for the Education Savings Account, while also stressing the importance of protecting school finances. We talked with State Superintendent Joy Hoffmeister to discuss this current teacher shortage and her plans for the education system.
We're going to be focused, of course, on the budget, making certain that we have a way to solve the teacher shortage. And that means that we're going to need to have regionally competitive pay. It was wonderful to hear the governor's focus on finding a funding stream and a way to allow for our teachers to be regionally competitive. We're also focused on the standards for Oklahoma's math and English language arts pre-K through 12th grade. That was introduced today, and we are going to work with lawmakers to answer questions after the repeal of Common Core. We are ready to go. We just need them to approve those so that we can hit the ground running and get ready for the new year.
How drastic is the teacher shortage right now in Oklahoma?
The teacher shortage is at a truly historic low. We need to have a teacher in every classroom. We don't. We've had to certify over 1,000 emergency certified teachers because they could not find a certified teacher in the field of need. So that has happened since July. And this is a truly devastating shortage. Many of our teachers are leaving the classroom to go to work in another state where they can make about $20,000 more in our neighboring districts to the south in the North Texas area. We also are seeing them leave the profession. So we've got to address this, and it's going to take a long-term solution with the funding to allow for our teachers to be regionally competitive.
Governor Fallon finished her proposal with reflecting on the past year and giving her hopeful promise for 2016. I'm Alyssa Sparaza, News 30.
State of the State isn't the only thing that's been happening at the Capitol.
After the break, Reagan McGowan has all you need to know about this year's Rose Day. Welcome back to News 30.
This week, reporter Reagan McGowan spoke with pro-life supporters for Rose Day at the Capitol.
I'm here at the Oklahoma State Capitol, where every year pro-life supporters gather to remind elected officials to vote pro-life. Earlier this week, pro-life supporters gathered to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Rose Day. Rose Day is an annual event where pro-life supporters meet at the Capitol to present roses to representatives, reminding them to vote pro-life.
Well, today is Rose Day. It's been an annual event where you have pro-life organizations from around the state coming together in support of ending abortion. And it's a great day of lobbying and fellowship with the state legislators. And we have a new effort that's called Protect Life and Marriage, which we have been working on for about 6 or 8 months. And it is not only a pro-life effort, but it's an effort to end abortion in the state of Oklahoma legally. As a matter of fact, our motto, our slogan is legally we can, so morally we must.
I'm Reagan McGowan reporting for News 30.
OBU was put on lockdown after an armed suspect was reported to be on campus. The suspect, identified as Bryce Winrow, entered the campus near the baseball field. News 30 caught up with the Corporal Villian Lanzo earlier this week to talk about the lockdown.
All about 45th and Acme to a reference to a possible stolen vehicle. They later came in contact with that vehicle, crashed out at the area of Pine Ridge and 39th. And the driver was out of the vehicle, and that's what started the manhunt.
As of right now, police have not located the suspect or his accomplice, who police identified as Logan Woodall. Recently, claims have been made that Windrow's family regarding his innocence, though. However, Shawnee PD is not calling off the manhunt.
Well, it looks like Shawnee Public Schools may soon be seeing some improvements in several key areas.
On April 5th, there will be a vote on the insurance as of $32 million bond. If the bond passes, you will see improvements in 4 key areas: safety and security, high school renovations, new construction and upgrades, and athletic activity improvements. The 4 core project areas and the items included within each area were determined by community input, internal staff, and administration. In the words of Dr. Mark Moore, Superintendent of Shawnee Public Schools, we are very pleased with the proposed bond issue projects that the community has identified as important to the future of the school district. Dr. Mark Moore concurs that it is a great feeling knowing that the community's goals align with the district's needs. News 30 will keep you up to date. Oklahoma University is also feeling the strain of a maxed out budget. A plan approved last week would cut $20 million and allow for early retirement for 400 eligible staff and faculty. OU President Boren said, "We could wait until June to address the problem, but we know it is coming." These cuts will not affect hiring, critical staff at the university.
The construction between Shawnee and Tecumseh has been ongoing since August, but this winter weather hasn't slowed it down. The $4 million Gordon Cooper project will be widening the road to 4 lanes between Benson Park Road and Bob Crouch Road. Commuters can use I-77 to avoid traffic. In other construction news, I-40 remains narrowed to one lane between Shawnee 18 and Kickapoo Street for ongoing surface repairs. News 30 will keep you up to date on further construction updates.
Shawnee's Sharon Baptist Church is encouraging community members to join the movement through giving blood Saturday, February 6th. The blood drive will take place from 9 to 12:30 p.m. in the church's gym located on South Gordon Cooper Drive. Those interested in giving blood can call Cheryl Jackson at 405-788-6096 to make an appointment. Twitter users can help spread the word through using the hashtag #BloodDonorChallenge.
We've known for a while that the $10 bill might be getting a feminine facelift, but one Oklahoma senator has challenged that notion. Senator James Lankford announced his resolution to change the $20 bill instead of the $10. Senator Lankford's resolution puts forth a plan to replace President Andrew Jackson's face with a woman's face. Lankford said that President Jackson, quote, began the Indian removal policies that forced thousands of American Indians off their ancestral homelands, end quote. Lankford isn't the only one who wants to replace Jackson's face. For years, a group called Women on 20s has been pushing for a woman's face on the $20 bill. Recently, they held a poll with over 600,000 voters to see which historic woman should be placed on the 20. Voters picked Harriet Tubman as their #1 choice, and Eleanor Roosevelt came in a close second.
After the break, Ashley Wollstonecraft has this week's weather forecast.
And a new store comes to Shawnee Mall.
Welcome back to News 30.
Here's Ashley Wollstonecraft with this week's weather.
Thanks, Emma. Good evening, Shawnee. Well, even though the groundhog didn't see his shadow earlier this week, it looks like we're still in for some chilly weather over the next couple of days. But fortunately, temperatures look like they're going to warm up by the end of next week. Let's take a look at those current temperatures. It is currently 42 degrees out there, and the southwest wind has finally calmed down, making it a clear and quiet evening. Tonight, temperatures are expected to drop to the high 30s and the sky will remain mostly clear. The sun will rise again tomorrow at 7:27. For the rest of this weekend, you can expect highs in the mid-50s with lows in the lower 30s. The temperatures should slightly increase by Sunday in time for any weekend activities. Looking ahead to tomorrow, it should be 55 and sunny with a low of 33. Temperatures will drop Saturday for an overall high of 52 and a freezing low of 32 with a small chance of early morning showers. So you may want to make sure to bring along an umbrella for your morning commute. But good news for everyone who made Super Bowl plans for Sunday, the temperature should increase by then to a mild 58. But you'll still want to make sure you stay bundled up for cool north winds with gusts of 10 to 20 miles per hour. Overall, we're looking at a cool February weekend with mild wind chills. Now, let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. The week ahead will remain in the low 50s and middle 60s, but you'll continue to want to bring that coat with you as cool winds continue to sweep across the state, with possible gusts of up to 30 miles per hour on Monday. Temperatures will drop Tuesday to a high of 50, with some cloud coverage before warming up to a pleasant 64 Wednesday. You'll want to take advantage of completing any yard work or letting the kids enjoy the outdoors on that day because the temperature will drop back to 53 Thursday with a low of 30. Although pollen and mold levels remain low, you may want to prepare for increased allergens in the air as temperatures increase. Conditions are expected to worsen tomorrow as tree pollen levels rise from low to moderate and remain present through Wednesday of next week. Don't forget that you can be featured on News 30 by simply sending us a tweet at Shawnee News 30. Alyssa, back to you.
Thanks, Ashley. Great news for sports fans. Dunham's Sports Store is opening in the Shawnee Mall. The Michigan-based retailer currently has over 200 stores in the northeastern part of the United States, but only 3 west of the Mississippi. This store will be the first one in the state of Oklahoma. A former Sears store in the mall is currently being renovated as the store's new location. Jared Cooper, the chief building official for the city of Shawnee, stated that he hopes to complete renovations soon enough for the store to open by Black Friday. 2 weeks ago, the Shawnee News Star ran an ad for potential employees. Anyone interested in employment can go online at hrnp@dunhams.com or fax their resume to 517-337-0463.
Great movies like Selma and The Revenant are facing racial controversies at the Oscars. Many have wondered about the Oscars and their association with the hashtag #SoWhite. This is due to the boycott of the Oscars, which is currently under fire for their all-white list of nominees. In 2012, the LA Times, stated that 94% of the voters were Caucasian. Many of the well-known actors like the Smiths, Michael Moore, and Spike Lee are participating in the boycott.
And for all you stargazers out there, the beginning of this month is the perfect time to check out the night sky. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter will all be visible just before dawn until February 20th. This is the first time the planets have appeared together since January 2005. And if you don't feel like braving the cold, we'll see another planetary alignment in the evenings around August 13th. And after the break, News 30's Jason Berger has week sports update.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to Shawnee News 30. Here's Jason Berger with this week's sports.
Emma, rumors have been circulating over the last several weeks considering the rebranding of the Oklahoma City Thunder. These rumors began after ESPN ranked the Thunder's logo last out of all 30 teams in the NBA. However, Thunder fans waiting for a new logo to be announced will have to wait a while longer. Thunder spokesmen have said that there are no plans to change the team's identity, and the logo and colors of the team will remain unchanged. The Thunder will be on the road until February 11th when they face the New Orleans Pelicans at home. In high school sports, 2 coaches from Shawnee High School received accolades for their leadership on the field. Head baseball coach Todd Boyer was named the 2015 Southwest Sectional Coach of the Year. Head coach Kelly Parsons of the golf team also received the 2015 Coach of the Year award himself in the state of Oklahoma. Both the Shawnee High School baseball team and the boys golf team were 2015 Class 5A state champions. Congratulations to Coach Boyer and Coach Parsons on these prestigious awards. With February in full swing now, opening day for the OBU baseball team is finally here. The Bison come into their first year of Division II competition ranked 9th in the Great American Conference and in the conference preseason poll, and finished the 2015 spring season with a 53-8 record. They face the York College Panthers here at home for their opening day contest on February 5th. In college football news, Wednesday was National Signing Day for both OU and Oklahoma State, who signed ESPN Top 50 recruiting classes. Rounding out OU's class of 2016 are out-of-state 4-star recruits Caleb Kelly and Austin Kendall. Oklahoma State brought in some in-state talent by signing 4-star offensive lineman Tremonda Moore from John Marshall High School. Both schools are looking to make a run for the Big 12 championship in 2016 after finishing last season number 1 and number 2 respectively. And that's all I've got for sports this week. Alyssa and Emma, it's all yours.
Well, here's one man who enjoys horsing around. But that's all we have for tonight. Thank you, and stay in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter at Shawnee News 30.
Thanks for watching News 30. We'll see you next week.